Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Sorry, it's taking a little bit longer than expected to get online. Only reason being is it's really hot. So, try and make this a little bit better of an experience for you guys. Up the quality a little bit, but I hope you're well. So yeah, okay, a couple of updates. You can see I've changed the colours of the slide. It's not confirmed, but it'll be similar. I have done a bit more glass work, I think, up the top here, through here. I think I put an extra piece in there, I can't quite remember now. Sorry if there's a bit of back noise because I've got a fan going. I'll turn it off. Hopefully that's better for you guys. Hopefully everything's good. Forecast, yep, we're all good. Oof, it is hot, guys, I tell you, very hot. So where are we? We are also up the top here. I've kind of started this little kind of thing going on here, which I think looks quite good. Need to let me know. But yeah, done a little bit more queue work, not a huge amount, but just a little bit. Just putting in the woodwork and stuff. Copy the ropes over there. I just got to change these bits of wood, move them a little bit, and then we're all good. So I'll actually do that now. Ish. So yeah, I did want to try and build a raft because I thought it'd be quite cool to have like rafts dotted around or piled up. I can't seem to find anything that works very well, unfortunately. Whoever's watching, say hi, guys. How you doing, Mike? You alright, dude? Hope you're well. Not sure why the channel change of name. But cheers for your membership, mate. Much appreciated, dude. And continued membership as well. It is genuinely appreciated. If anyone wants to become a member, you're more than welcome. Help support the channel. Or just a like on the video would be good. Would be good. No worries, man. Oh, I hope you're alright with me calling your mic still. Let me know, dude. Hey, Spence, how you doing, dude? Are you well? Jeremy, hope you are doing well, my friend. I did do a little bit of an update at the beginning of the video. I'll go back in un momento. I just need to move this one up a bit. That one up a bit. That one up a bit. So yeah, I was just continuing where I kind of finished off. I think it was last night actually. So yeah, just kind of done this kind of trellis work. I haven't finished it yet because I'm not sure how I'm going to do it into the larger piece, if you know what I mean. So kind of done this little exit portal. It looks nice. I think it works well, apart from obviously the raft glitching, which is not my fault. I thought we'd have this one as the pineapple. So this is a work in progress inside. I'm trying to find bits of wood that will work around here. These don't have the right finish because this one is a particular beach kind of finish where you have the worn down paint, where these, it doesn't really have that effect. So got to work on that, I think. Yeah, got to figure that one out. And then the other side will be whatever other fruits we have in the game that have a similar thing to that, which I think is watermelon, I think. So a bit like Typhoon Lagoon's, is it Crush Gusher? I can't remember. I always used to call it Gut Crusher. My dyslexia. You just have like Pineapple Watermelon Express or whatever. That'll work quite well, I think. But yeah, I hope you guys are well. Hope you're all doing good. And I've done a little bit of rock work down here, just fitting it in and around the curb that will be no longer soon. So hopefully I'll just be able to click it and it will change, hopefully. Tomo, how you doing? No worries, man. I'm going to see how long I can be on because my bedroom is like a sweatbox. It's extremely hot. I've got a fan on the floor.
Alright folks, mind the closing doors.
I'm going to get rid of the adverts. Come on.
And then pesky.
Oh, I just got sorry if it interferes with the microphone. Evening, Daz. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. Smash that like if you don't mind, my maiden. That'd be very much appreciated. So, yeah, I was just kind of like doing this rock work. Just experimenting with things. Carried on this wood a little bit more. I think it works. And the kind of reason why I've gone for the brown is just to go with like the wood that we have going through it. And I think once we get all the greenery up and some flowers, bit of colour in, it will kind of pop itself, you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe, but you get good views from all around if I can control the camera. So you still get to see that drop, which is quite nice wherever you are along here, which is good. You get to see them come through. It's quite a nice interaction actually, seeing them come out of here and go through. There you go. So yeah, I think it works quite well, I think. So it's getting there. Yeah, it's getting there. We're branching out now. You know, this side of the park is nearly done. I did make a comment on Planet Coaster's post on Facebook about their update 5 coming 4 or whatever it be. About this and this. So we'll see if I get a reply. A few people are liking it. If all you guys could kind of like it, it'd be great. Because obviously they're not taking any notice. Hey Kira, how you doing? Hope you're well. You're looking good this evening. Just a bit hot. Don't know how it is up in old Birmingham way. Birmingham, Alabama. Does the pineapple live on? The pineapple is still there. And inside. Nice kind of camera work there, wasn't it? That worked quite well. Shame can't be like that all the time. David, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Lots of changes. There has been quite a bit since you've been here, bud. But it's getting there. It's getting there. It's just setting that vibe. Got a restaurant. A cart. Little pond. Little serving booth. It's all kicking off, mate. It's all kicking off. And a couple of colourful slides to go with the colourful area that we have going on. There you go. Do like a good rainbow. Don't know why. I just love the colour sequence. I mean, it's just awesome what you can do with it. Oh, bless you, mate. I hope everything is as best as it can be, my friend. Sorry to hear that, dude. Yeah, so have I. I've actually been out in the sun all day. Well, I've been out in the sun since Sunday. So my arms are going a nice tanny kind of colour right now. Face is a bit like a tomato, but I try and stay in the shade as much as possible. It's just when you're working and sweating, unloading, loading, unloading, loading. It's quite intense. So it is what it is. But I enjoy it. I is not complaining at all. Just days overtime today. I needed to do it. That's kind of why I wasn't on earlier. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am absolutely shattered. But I promised to stream, and here we are, guys. What is this something you speak of? Well, up north, mate, you get a little bit of it every now and then. Yeah, nice. Well, we all got our little challenges, haven't we? Literally. That must have been pretty... I'm not going to say it. That must have been tough work. I would prefer to have done what I did. In the best possible way, Kira. I'm literally like the worst thing is, guys, my hands are white because I wear gloves all day long. So from my wrists up to my half bicep is red, and then it's pure white again because obviously I'm wearing shirts at work. Yeah, gonna look like a panda but the wrong way around. Oh god, I'm really enjoying this rock work now. Actually, it's getting there. Apart from when you get a piece like that. No, I won't necessarily have to worry about this as of 5-6 weeks time, or however long it's going to be. My own peace of mind, I'm still doing it, covering it up, because you've still got those little diode things, haven't you? Little notches or whatever it's going to be down each side to identify that there is actually a path there. So I've seen images. I saw the video where it didn't have it, but I wasn't taking a huge amount of notice, so I need to have a look at that. Yeah, no, I think what they're doing is cool, but I just wish they'd sort out the train and the buses, just so that we can crack on. Crack on and get it going and start building roller coasters. Duck rides. Lots of duck rides. I'm desperate, guys, yeah, to get this going, genuinely, because I am bored off my socks. I don't know how you guys are still watching all this. It's me doing the same thing week after week after week. I mean, it looks great at the end of it, but it's the same thing, just rock work and barriers
Time to
and
focus and get ahead. Traveling by train.
insane. No worries, enjoy dinner. Catch you in a little bit, hopefully. Trying to be a better DJ for you guys today. Hopefully we won't get many adverts. I can't promise, but hopefully. Nick, how you doing, fella? Hope you're well. How's the old ankle going down? Getting any better? Can you walk? Can you hobble? Can you crutch it? How you doing? I'm good, mate. I'm just absolutely shattered. Every time I get on the bike, I do about 4 or 5 pedal strokes in it. It's like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. But you just have to keep going and keep pushing and keep pedaling and just ignore the pain. Ignore the sore lower pelvic. I'm not going to say bum because it's lower pelvic area. In fact, I can feel that now. Yeah. But no, it's... Do you know what the loveliest thing is? When you actually drag yourself out of bed, eventually, and then you do get on it, and you just pedal, and you just watch the sunrise. It's the most beautiful thing. Just riding along round Willand Lake. We have a massive lake here. Or on my way to work, should I say. And... just get to watch the sunrise over the lake. It's beautiful. Just listening to the tunes, bopping along. Some geezer yesterday had fallen off his bike. Bless him. But someone was there helping. I did pull over and ask if they needed a hand, being Mr. Nice Guy that I am. But he said the ambulance was on the way. So I thought, you know what? If that's on the way, I am in no way in any shape or form needed. Just confuse matters and make the situation worse. Potentially. So I just hot-footed my way to work. I thought I'd do my civic duty and just ask. Type of guy I am. Hey, Heather. I am, Nick, I tell you what, yeah, I'm going to go down to... No, I'm not going to say Brighton Beach. I don't want to go down Brighton Beach. I don't know. I don't know where. Go Great Yarmouth for a weekend. Just walk along the beach. I'll take my phone. I'll take a couple of selfies. I'll pop them on Discord. I actually thought, do you know what? I thought to myself, should I do one of those like 100-day things, you know, where you stand in front of the mirror and take a photo? But I thought, nah, you guys, none of you don't want to see any of that. I did say hi, Ever, didn't I? I hope. Oh, mate, wait till you get to my age and then you'll be popping and cricking and creaking and cracking and snapping and all sorts. But they're all to come, buddy. And trust me, when people used to say to me when I was young, that, yeah, that will hurt later in life. Yeah, it does. It really does. There's when people say stuff like that to you, yeah, that's called life experience. Treasure it. Believe them. Don't sit there at 17, 18 and go, yeah, nah, I'll be alright. And then, yeah, trust me, 20, 30 years later, oh, it hurts. The funny thing was, I haven't ridden a bike since I was 16. So what's that? 43 minus 10, it's 10, 33 minus, what are we on? Oh, I can't work it out. Someone work it out for me. My brain's not in gear. I am absolutely that exhausted. And the funny thing is, I've had an ankle operation since then where my ligaments and tendons were detached from the back of my ankle. So the muscle structure that I had there from a very early age of bike riding had disappeared. And just getting used to that again, getting some feeling back in some bits actually, which is quite funny. And other stuff as well, and you're just like, you don't realise how in later life that stuff like that actually really does make quite a big difference to things. But no, I'm enjoying it. It's great. I love it. It's just literally every time my alarm goes off, I have to convince myself to get up at the minute. If I sit there and I think, well, I'm getting a bit of overtime, I'm just hoping at the end of next month when I get paid that it was kind of worth it. Unfortunately, it's all got to go on debt payments. Got to cut with everything, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But it's only a month or two, I hope. You know, I'm not trying to be an arse about things, but if you haven't got the money to pay for anything, how can you pay for it? You know, I'm actually being honest. So yeah, so when I say to you guys, you know, if you can buy us a coffee, that really does help me, because it helps me get through this difficult time at the moment. But when you are supporting the channel, because if I'm not out there earning the money, the bills don't get paid. 30 pence a video on YouTube doesn't pay the bill. Unfortunately. The memberships do. The memberships help, guys. And I don't mean to sound like an ungrateful git there either. Because trust me, if I could earn 100 quid a day on this, I'd sit here all day, every day, talk to you guys, and I would build and build and build and build and build. Are you taking the proverbial, Missy? That was a Malteser advert on now. You know they're my favourite. Right, I think that looks quite nicely done. Bit of barrier action, guys. They're going to be very entertaining for the next 20 minutes. They make a difference, buddy. And trust me, when I used to play football, soccer, when I was a kid, yeah, not saying 2-foot challenges were the thing, but sliding tackles were the thing back in my day. And trust me, my knees were done by the time I was about 25. Nowadays, bending down, woo, nah, I'm only joking. I can still do it. It just hurts. Getting old, Ev. Getting old. Everyone says Ric Flair. Oh yeah, Ric Flair was still wrestling at 60. Yeah, cool. Yeah, good for him. Yeah, but when you got a few million in the bank, life's a little bit easier, isn't it? I'm sure if I had that profession and had that amount of money, I'd be able to get by with it all the pain. Oh, I'm listening to music and you guys aren't. Sorry, 2 seconds. There you go. halfway building, guys. How rude am I? I've got to do it one by one. I can't do it 4 by 4 because I need to bend there perfect, and you can't get that unless you do it 1 by 1. So apologies, it's the same old stuff, guys. What I need, Nick, is a holiday. Somewhere very hot, with a nice swimming pool next to the beach. I can watch the sunset over the sea. I can run in the mornings and watch the sunrise. That's what I want. 2 weeks. Not asking for too much, just warmth, safe place to go, and just literally wipe over, start again, and reset the mind and refresh. That's all I want. I'd love to go to Disney, but you go to Disney for 2 weeks from the UK. I tell ya, it's tough work. I just want a nice little holiday, not too busy. Little town centre you can go to, a little restaurant in the evening or something like that. All on my own, no one else around. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. Not asking for much. Who knows? Get on top of the debt payments. Treat myself in a year, maybe. I would love to go to Disney, mate, but you know, I'm doing. What am I walking at the minute? I'm doing 20 on average. Hold on, let me just check. And this is just off my phone. I don't have an iWatch or anything anymore. But today, 21,374 steps, total distance of 9.1 miles. Now, I think that includes the bike before 6 o'clock. Yeah, because yeah. So that includes the bike riding. So minus 4.5. No, I can't remember. But it's insane, and that's been 2 weeks. Well, a week now. Averaging 23,000 steps a day. So I'm doing Disney every day, so actually probably going to Disney would be a relaxation. A bit of a you know, not so strenuous. It's incredible. And that's not taking into account all the lifting I do every day as well, which is about probably... How many times do I load the van? 10 times a day. So probably looking at about, well, it's 10 trips, so that's 20 times I load and unload it a day. So that's like going to the gym for about 4 hours straight and just working weights, you know? Insane. I love it. My arms are so pumped when I go to bed. I've got pins and needles. So, yeah, I'm going to have to warm down, I think, when I get home in the evenings after the bike ride. And that's one thing you have to do when you get older, Nick. Warm up and warm down. Warm down is more important. How sad do I sound? Anyway, you have a laugh, and what's the point? We've got music, have we? Yes. Very true, Daz. Very true. This beach is enough of a beach. Typhoon Lagoon, mate. That's my place to chill and unwind. That's the why this is kind of inspired by that. You know? Gotta be done, innit? Gotta be done, guys. Already. Just add in the layers. Layers. That looks alright like that. And then we'll continue it around to here. So we go for...
Alright folks, mind the
Oh, for
closing
crying out
doors.
loud. Yes, it has been a very long day, mate. Me efficient. Nicky, you're watching the same screen as what we're doing, dude. I think it was kind of like what I was trying to say in the stream the other day to Spencer. It's just, it comes so naturally to me because I'm not just looking at this here, I'm looking at how it's affecting the whole area, so then that kind of leads on to be able to carry... What's going on there? Carry the flow through, you know? Oh, for crying out loud, RyRy. Calling myself RyRy as a third person. That's not a good sign, is it? Right, we'll click over here. Thank you. And I just kind of like, I think, okay, so I've done the rock work, then we need to do the bushes, then we need to do the railing, however that be. I've tried to do the rock work so that you don't have to kind of have a railing around the back here, which I think works quite well. So we'll just have it kind of curve around pretty much the same as we have the other side. And then you add in your layers as you go. You know, first layer, I guess you'd say, is the paving, then the benches, then the lifeguard. The layout, demarcating the area that you actually want. So like I've already done this. I stretched the path out off stream the other night and I just put those 4 benches in. But now that they're there, no matter what those benches are in the future, I can just swap and change them, you know? So if I want a different design, obviously I can change it. But what I mean by it is that when I build around that, that's then... it becomes this. And then the next step, once the barrier is done, is to start putting in some... I always put the palm trees in first, because that's kind of what your view of everything is what it's going to cover and what you want to see, if you know what I mean. And then the advantage to that is when you put the lower stuff in, you know that you can have a bush here, for instance, because it's not really covering the slides. I know it's only from this angle, but you're kind of getting better viewpoints from where you want it to be. And then ultimately what you then get is the kind of natural vibe of these kind of little, you know, I've left the center open there, so when they come to the pool they still get a good view of the actual background. And again, that will be portrayed through, so you'll have maybe a few palms here and a few palms here, or slightly different. Or maybe it's just a little bit higher rock work, maybe, I don't know. But the advantage is because I'm doing all those steps at the same time in my head, and I'm looking at it. I guess that's kind of what it. I guess that's where it becomes efficient in the way you look at it, Nick. I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just chatting. I don't know. But that's kind of how I do it. I guess in some ways you could say this is just because it's a bit like Thunderland Adventure Valley. You know, when we first set out to do that sky ride station right at the front of the building, I never, you know, I don't recall having the intention at the time. I can't remember actually. Of like that's going to be the theme for the theme park. You know that. In some ways, I was looking at Celestial Park yesterday in what they've done at this Epic Universe, and it was. I didn't know of Epic Universe when I first started Thunderland Adventure Valley. I don't think. I think because I only watched it last year, 2 years. So I've built. Well, 4 years ago since I did. Must be 4 years ago since I did Thunderland Adventure Valley. 3-4 years. So I didn't know of Epic Universe at that time. And the interesting thing is when you actually look at. I was looking at the buildings around the entrance plaza, and it just reminded me of Thunderland Adventure Valley. Just with the kind of like green cyan look, with the little kind of pebble dash lights, a bit like what I tried to do with the fairy lights, you know. And I was kind of like, I was sitting there, I was thinking, crikey, this looks, it all feels very familiar. I was like, that'll do. You know, it'd be amazing if you met one of the artists and they went, yeah, actually, I saw your park, and yeah, that was the influence of that. Not that that would ever happen. But it just felt very reminiscent of having that kind of one design through the centre of the park, around the lake. You obviously got that Epic, and it just maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it was just something I've just pictured in my head. I don't know. It just made me kind of smile a bit, and I thought, oh, it's interesting that I did it that way, and this kind of feels very similar to me. That's quite insane, really. See, now look, it just, what was kind of a straight line here, just lowering them, hiring them, changing the angle of them and stuff, and just having it kind of run around there at an angle, it just brings the eye line in. It's not in the eye line there, it's great, it's perfect. It's worked so well. Yeah, it's tough with this game. Like I always say, you just got persistence. I'm warming to it because I'm understanding the perks of the game and the way the game runs. But all I've focused on is the water parks. I haven't even attempted any of this yet properly, because of the train. Oh, dude. But no, like I've always said, the main thing for me is just previous experience, and this is where you could go to Google Maps, whatever, and you know, zoom into Typhoon Lagoon, and you'll have this vibe, and that's kind of what all I'm trying to do, really. You just go with it, didn't you? you know, like this monstrosity, it's starting to turn into something now, hopefully, you know. Once I get the beams on this side, that will make sense. It's coming out there, we'll have the uprights. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think I might bow some rocks round here, I think. I don't know. But it's looking good. It's setting the scene, you know, and if you think about it, that's kind of what this is eventually going to be when we start it. One of the first setups of slides that we did, and we've done nothing with it. But I've just been enjoying myself over here. I think that I don't know, I'm just enjoying it over here. It's just flowing, it's just all right, and the only bit that's wrong is this building here. I've got to do something with this, but we'll figure that out. It just works. I love how they walk up this little bit when they actually go on it. It just looks awesome. It really, really does. And the fact that they're using the tables, the fact that they're using the restaurant, the fact that they're using the sunbeds somewhere. They do use them. There you go. One. They like this little bit here, though. They're not there. What's the time of day? 1:23. Probably a few hours, then they'll go on them. But yeah, it just, you know. Like I say, I've had to focus my brain elsewhere, and I thought I'd put it into this instead of going down the pub and getting drunk. So there you go. That's how I do it as well. Right, so as I said, palms now. Okay, so what we got behind these? We got those there. Huh? Oh, googly moogly.
It's time to focus and get ahead. Travelling by train for work with EMR.
There he goes. Big Bear, how you doing? Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're doing good. Good. Man.
Alright folks, mind the closing
I
doors.
don't know loud stuff for the others, guys. No, that's quite nice, I think. You're in, guys. It looks a bit kind of like straight lined at the minute. Because I haven't done this little area here yet, so you can see where this bows in and out. You'll get curvature, so I'll put some palms here and here, so, and then a couple further back, so that it kind of brings that in a little bit. Makes it look a little less uniformed. But I think from that perspective, that's pretty cool, actually. What do you reckon? Not bad for it. I was stream and rambling. I think that works. Because what I didn't want to do was lose any of the sightline from the main path. So the fact that you're seeing them walking through, that's perfect. Because you still got those levels, you see. People are sitting on the benches, getting out of the water. It's just all coming together, guys. And I think those little boats, you know, whatever, ruined boats, work quite well. There's a little hour's worth of an expert lesson of how to put one of these massive places together in a very small little bit just here. So rockwork, foliage, barrier, palms, and then all your little bits to make it look something. And then lighting at the end. And then the last thing that you'd finish off with is ambient music of sorts. One thing I've kind of lost track of doing is incorporating the whole tiki look into it. So I've still got to do all that from where we were around here. But, you know, you'd probably say this actually looks a little bit less detailed than the rest of it at the minute. So I might have to go and do the once over, you know. But it's just looking so good. I'm loving that now. You wait till you get some more trees up around here. I've got to start putting some more kapok trees in. So, like, where are we? I think that they're just a bit too big. I mean, that one would sit quite well, actually. Just there. See if it just takes up maybe a bit. I don't know, it works actually. Just got to get it so that it doesn't glitch through the roof. Because it kind of it blocks out the view, doesn't it? So the area behind. So actually, yeah. And then we could have another one over here. The reason why I haven't put them in is because they take up so much room. When you try and do anything underneath it, you end up clicking it all the time. It's getting there, guys. Definitely getting there. Can I be honest, guys? It is absolutely sweltering in here. I'm literally sweating in my elbows. I don't mean to be too crude and too candid with you, but it is so hot, and it's 9:15 at night. I can only apologise for going an hour, but I thought it would cool down by now, and it hasn't. And I am literally extremely tired, so I can only apologise, but I did promise to stream, and I have done a stream, so I want to thank you all for joining. It is appreciated. We actually got quite a bit done, to be honest with you, because bar music and tiki that's kind of pretty much finished that little bit there. Not quite, well, I am getting that way. But no, I'm glad actually, because over the hour we have actually done something that's cemented, which is perfect. And that's the whole point to doing what I do for you guys, to show you how you do it, have a little chat about it, have a chat, catch up, see how things are, and basically just demonstrate how I do it. And I don't think in this game you can get much more natural than that. The look, you know, it's all at different heights. Everything's just, I just use the cracks with, well, the way that the rocks go together, how I place them together. You'll see you just got these little ledges where you can put these bushes in, and then everything else that's additional to it just welcomes to it, and it just builds on it and builds on it and builds on it. And to think, when I was looking at this earlier, this was all standard paving, you know, terrain, where now we look at the bridge in the background and everything. You got the restaurant, you got levels of people walking everywhere, you got people coming into the pool, you got lazy river. We're gonna have loads of stuff going on, and I think that's just awesome. I really do. And I can't wait to get this center section done. Once we get this center section done, it's gonna look so cool. It really is. I just hope you guys can see that vibe coming through. I really do. And just adding little smoke effects to obviously the ones that are actually cooking. I think it's awesome. It just works so well. It's adding and adding and adding. And I think these kapok trees will suit it quite well actually. So, but we'll get some palms down the bottom just to blend it in. But yeah, we'll have a couple up the back here as well, which then will demarcate the area. And then you've only got obviously this in view when you're down on the ground level. And it's like, even when you come over here now, I don't know what the view is going to be like that with that kapok, but you still get view of the slides and the pool. Quite cool. And then as you come round the corner here, actually you're going to have a bit of a reveal, which is quite nice to have. And I think we'll do that the same side, same on this side. I think it'll work really well. But guys, tomorrow I am working a little bit earlier than I was planned to. I was supposed to be working 3 till 10, but they put me on a 12 till 7. So I'm going to go and do that, and then dependent on how I feel when I'm coming home and timings and food and stuff like that, I'll let you guys know if I'm going to do a stream. And the only reason being is I'm off on Saturday, so I will 100% be streaming on Saturday. So it's just whether or not I do it tomorrow night and Saturday, and just do a little stream like this, because tomorrow is supposed to be the last hot day, and then Saturday it gets down to about 12 degrees. It's about to normal here in the UK. Haha, la-di-da. So guys, thank you wherever you are in the world. I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, sleep, afternoon, whatever you get up to. I hope you have a successful day and a happy day, guys. And I'm going to sign off from here, and I'll just let you soak up the view, guys. Thanks for joining. Smash that like if you haven't already. If you can help a guy out at the minute, smash the link in the description. Pop me a coffee on PayPal. It'll be very, very much appreciated. If you want to take one step further, obviously you can become a member to the channel, but if you want to do it all free, just hit the sub and smash that notification icon, guys, and you will get a notification to let you know when I'm live. But as of next week, now that I'm getting there with everything, we will be having a schedule. So yeah, we're all good. Cheers Kira, cheers Jeremy, cheers Nick. Guys, have a wonderful evening. See you all very, very soon. Hopefully tomorrow, if not 100% on Saturday. See you later, guys. Bye bye.